What's up, YouTube? This video topic, I'm gonna talk about time speeding up and the days going by a lot faster. The seconds, the months, the years are going by extremely quick as we know it. So it seems like time or the days have been going by extremely fast every single day. So I tend to struggle on like keeping up with my tasks as my daily routines, and like I can't get as much things done throughout the day because time has been speeding up extremely rapidly. But it's gonna be a quick video. Time has been speeding up ever since 2018, and since then the days have been accelerating extremely fast. There's a lot of reasons why people think time is speeding up. People think that like it's something has to do with like the Earth's. Well, there's a lot of information out there. There's spiritual reasons and there's also scientific reasons. But just to keep it short, because back in the early 2000s, even like before 2018, 2017ish, like the days used to go by a lot more slower. So back then you had a lot more time to get things done throughout the day. like Times felt a lot more slower, or like you're able to complete a lot of your hobbies, or you're able to spend more time with your family, with your loved ones, and all that good stuff, right? But now in today's timeline, it seems hard to get all that things done because time has been speeding up extremely fast, and like people are always in a constant rush. We're eating less, we're sleeping less, and like it's hard for us to kind of multitask and to like do things without being in a rush, especially like when if you're working. Like work feels extremely fast, even if you're not working. Like the days still go by extremely fast. But one thing, so me, I'm still trying to adjust. But one thing, without a doubt, time speeding up, the days accelerating extremely fast. One thing it has taught me is the fact that like me, I well, it taught me how to not take time for granted. So like, for example, I work at a pretty much at a 9 to 5 job, right? And like it's so tiring. So it taught me like whenever I have time to rest or to like get some sleep in, or I have time to like kind of enjoy myself, like to do my hobbies and stuff. It really taught me on how to not take it for granted, because there are times where like I'll underestimate the days, or like I'll underestimate time speeding up, and I'll be like, oh, I got time to do this, I got time to do that. Next thing you know, the day's over, and now I'm on to my next day. You know what I'm saying? Versus back then, back in the early 2000s, 1990s, before 2018 ish, um, I wouldn't underestimate time, but I'd be like, well, at least I have enough time to all the things I need to get done. Like, I don't know, like completing schoolwork, or like having fun, going outside, or like scrolling through the internet. It's just stuff like that. But now, as time has been speeding up, we really can't do that because the days are gonna go by extremely fast. Because you can't really focus on more than one thing. You got Even if you focus on one thing, the days still go by extremely fast. So one thing time has taught me is to not take time for granted. So it forced me to have a sense of urgency. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm sleeping, like I like it's crazy because like like when I sleep too, I don't take that for granted either. Well, at least I try not to take it for granted, because it's like whenever I sleep, it goes by extremely fast. So like all the night sleeps I'm getting, it doesn't feel like regular sleeps. It feels like naps pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like on average, I probably get like 4 hours of sleep, like during the weekdays. But during the weekends, I'll sleep throughout the whole day and stuff because I just feel burned out and shit. You know what I'm saying? But and even when I wake up, I only eat like 1 to 2 times a day during the weekends because the days go by extremely fast. I love food. I eat a lot. So before time was speeding up, I used to eat like on average 3 to 5 times a day, maybe even more, with like snacks in between. But now I can eat like 1 times a day and I'll be good for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. It really is crazy. Um, I've always found myself too. Like I'm always catching up with my work, so I'm always playing catch up, and like I'm always in a rush, and it's just like, but and other YouTubers mention this as well, that like um one of the good things about it is that like since time speeding up, if you're doing something you don't like, you don't have to enjoy it as much. Chauncey one on his YouTube channel, he mentioned that like, and he has a good point too, because like if you're doing something you don't like if you're working at these jobs you don't like, and since time is speeding up, you don't have to tolerate as much. And he's right, because there are times where like I don't know if like doing certain things, not just with my job, but like it's like anything in general where like I just want things to get over with. Usually it go by a lot fast, so that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just like it's hard. Like it's hard, even when you try to enjoy things. Like even when I try to enjoy things, I can't enjoy it as much because the days go by extremely fast. I'm just like, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. It's just crazy. I feel like people are gonna live a lot more longer because since time's pretty much evaporating. So like the average human being, they're gonna live over 100 years old because like the days go by extremely fast. So it's like, and it can't keep up with people's ages and stuff. But yeah, but it definitely taught me how to not take time for granted. Like for real, man. Like whenever I have like free time for myself, I tend to like I find myself enjoying it more. And just time in general, like if I have time to do my homework, or if I have time to complete certain tasks, or not homework, but if I have time to complete my like my college work, or like just if I have time to like take time for myself, or if I have free time in general for myself, then I tend to not take it for granted. And I feel like a lot of people work at these 9 to 5 jobs. They could see that. But even if you're not working, even if you have your own business, I feel like it's still rewarding to have time for yourself, because it takes a lot of time to work on your business. It takes a lot, even it's being a human. It takes, because as a human, we all have things we need to get done. We all have priorities and things we need to like focus on, right? So like whenever we're in a position where like we don't have to focus as much, like if we're put in a position where like we're forced to kind of enjoy our own free times, I feel like a lot of people aren't gonna take that as granted, versus the before 2018ish. I think this is my opinion. I could be wrong, but and I understand too. Like I feel like because if since a lot of people don't like what they do, of course if they have free time for themselves, they're gonna enjoy it. Versus someone who loves what they do, versus someone who loves what they do, but they're pretty much living at a blissful state to where like they're constantly enjoying what they do every single day. But it's just weird how like since the days go by extremely fast, I'm not sure if they enjoy it as much, or I don't know. It's just weird, man. But without a doubt, time speeding up, it taught me how to not take things for granted as much. Like it's crazy, man. Like it really is crazy. Like whenever I sleep during the night times and stuff, like it doesn't even feel like I'm sleeping during the nighttime. It feels like I'm just taking a nap. It still feels like it still should be daytime. It still should be daytime. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy. I've noticed too. Like my body kind of reacts to it in a way too. So like I've noticed like since the days go by extremely fast, even when it's dark, like I can feel my body getting tired, but I feel like my body's not really tired. It's just that fact that like my body. I think there is a scientific reason too. Like so, for example, when it's dark outside, I think people's bodies naturally get sleepy or tired because maybe they're so used to sleeping during the nighttime. You know what I'm saying? Or since time is speeding up, since we're pretty much taking naps, maybe over time that builds up, and like our bodies tend to break down kind of slowly. So that's why we get tired and shit. I don't know. It's just something like that. But I've noticed this. I think even when I do sleep a lot, my body still gets tired during the nighttime and stuff. I don't think I'm really actually tired. It's just the fact that when my body knows that it's dark outside, then my body will kind of automatically get into like sleep mode or something. I think there's a scientific reason for that, but because since time is speeding up, I shouldn't be tired. I shouldn't be sleeping as much unless, like, since the days are going by extremely fast, unless I'm just constantly sleeping less, and over time is breaking my body down, I guess. I'm assuming, but so without a doubt, Chauncey one on his YouTube channel, he mentioned that like the human biology is going to change, and he's right. Follow his channel, Chauncey one, CHONCYWON, on one of his videos. I forgot which one, but he didn't mention that. Like, and he's been mentioning this. All the things I'm talking about, like I got the information from him, and he's right. He even said like experience life, and you're gonna see that his information is on point and shit. He's got experience life, but where was I? Yeah, he mentioned that like the human biology is gonna change up, and he's right because we are eating. And he mentioned this as well. He mentioned that like a lot of people are fasting because the days are going by a lot faster, so people are eating less. That in itself is gonna help heal and change the body. Eventually, we're gonna adjust to not eating as much compared to like before the 2018s and before time was speeding up, right? So like we are eating less. Even me, like I said before, I used to eat a lot. I used to eat 3 5 times a day. It would like and snack with while eating snacks in between and shit like that, right? But now I can eat only breakfast and I'm good for the whole day. And and even then, even when I do eat, it's not because I'm actually hungry. It's because I'm bored, or it's because I want to like fulfill my taste buds. It's kind of like a food addiction, right? So like I'm not even hungry like that. Like I only ate breakfast and I'm not even hungry. You know what I'm saying? But people are eating less. That's gonna change their biology, and people are sleeping less as well. Like since over time, days like as the weeks go by, as the days go by, as the months and years go by, time is not gonna stay stagnant. It's gonna keep on speeding up. Even if we had daylight savings and stuff like that, time was still speeding up. You know, but well, that's all I gotta say. I would go more into detail, but like I said, the reason why I'm in a rush is because I gotta clock in, I gotta go to work and stuff like that. So it's like I want to make this video longer, but see you you see what I'm getting at. So it's like I'm always in a rush, and I woke up at I woke up at 1 a.m. and it's already almost like 4 5. I gotta go to my work at like around. I got show up at 6, so and it's almost like 4. You know what I'm saying? And I want to take a little nap, but it's crazy. But you see where I'm getting at. Oh man, I want to mention more stuff, but I forgot. It was in my mind, but then it kind of just passed by. But yeah, people are eating less, they're sleeping less, and what can you do about it? So I guess as the days go by, the human body, the average human body is naturally going to adjust, right? So that's kind of crazy to think about. And Chauncey one mentioned that like people are also talking about 4-day work weeks. So like I wouldn't be surprised if that happens as well. So like we'll probably get like Thursdays off, Fridays off, Saturdays and Sundays off. You know what I'm saying? Lesser work hours, most likely, or I don't know. It's just I feel like it go both ways. Either we're gonna have 4-day work weeks, or you're probably gonna have 7-day work weeks. I mean, I doubt that's gonna happen, but imagine that will happen. I wouldn't be surprised if like the government or like the rules of this world will add like 6 work weeks. Yeah, 6 work days per week or 7 work days per week, since time is speeding up and people aren't able to get as much done throughout the day. And I feel like that could cause a domino effect in like into society or in this matrix maybe, because since we're on a rush, since the days go by a lot faster, people have less time to get the shit they need to get done and completed. So hopefully the rules of the society won't allow people to work more. You know what I'm saying? People are like I mentioned this too. Like people are gonna get more stressed as the days go by. Well, at least I am. Well, me, I'm trying to adjust because I study a lot of spirituality, and I study like astrology, and like I've learned all this information from other YouTubers. So it's like I'm trying to. So like I am adjusting. You know, like I'm aware that like, yeah, I have to eat less and more likely I have to sleep less. But like I'm more so taking naps, and like the energies are increasing higher, so like I'm forced to have more of a sense of urgency. And even Chauncey one, he mentioned that like a lot of people they're pretty much forced to get their shit together. Check out his channel, man. Like he be speaking some like real shit. Like he be like he knows what he's talking about. Because I use my example because since time is speeding up, it's like I can't afford to slack off. I can't afford to be on some bullshit. If I do, it's not gonna happen on the instant where like fuck like life is gonna hit me and kick my ass. It happens slowly, like it builds up and shit. But me, since I study a lot of spirituality, I have an awareness like like I pretty much I know what I'm supposed to do to get shit done, because of this channel and other YouTubers as well. So I'm aware that like, you know, but there are times where like I just don't feel like doing shit because let's be real, man. Like, living in society in this matrix. If you love what you do, that's cool. You know, me, I love what I do, but like at times I do feel burned out, or there are times where like I just want to relax and just chill. But like I'm aware, like I have a lot of shit I need to get caught up on, and it's kind of my fault too, cause me, I tend to like set a lot of schedules. Like I tend to add a lot of shit I need to get done for myself on my free time, just so I can keep myself busy. Because me, I like being busy and stuff like that. Like I like to keep myself occupied. Like for example, like college and shit. I don't agree with college, but I'm just taking college classes just so I could, I don't know, so I could like kill time, I guess. But even then, like sometimes I struggle with my college classes because I had to get caught back up. You know what I'm saying? Like there are times where like I'm falling behind on my classes, and like I had to do a lot of makeup for my classes and stuff. You know, so all because I was underestimating time, because I'm like, I got enough time to do it. I'll complete this, I'll complete that. But by the time I'm done with like one assignment and I turn it in on my class, on my online class, the day's pretty much over. And I'm just like, damn, man. So it's like, it's crazy. So I felt like when John Twan mentioned that like people were forced to get our shit together, he's right, because it's like I could get things done, but like I can't just half-ass it. Like I had to do shit with like a lot of effort, you know what I'm saying? And not just with college classes, but anything in my life. Like I had to have more of a sense of urgency, you know. So it's just crazy, you know. It's crazy how time is speeding up. It kind of, I want to say it sucks because it's my opinion, and like it all depends on your perspective. I feel like time is speeding up. There are pros and cons. I feel like, at least with me, it's like I'm just still trying to adjust with life, with time speeding up. It kind of, I'm not gonna lie, like there are times where like I do feel kind of like sad, or like, I mean there are pros and cons. So there are good parts when time is speeding up. There are good things and stuff. Like it feels cool. Like I'm able to. I feel like I can manifest a lot faster. I feel like I could save up money. I could save money a lot faster because my, since the weeks go by a lot faster. Like I could wait for my paycheck per 2 weeks easy, you know. But and a lot of other stuff as well too. Like if I love what I'm doing, then like I keep on doing it, and then the days go by or the years go by a lot faster. But the thing that sucks, or that makes me kind of sad, is that like I don't have enough time to like participate in my hobbies, or kind of just like relax, or just like just, you know, just kind of doing my own thing as much, you know, because I wasn't in a rush. Like I can't really multitask. Or I can't like I used to. I used to be really good at multitasking, but since time is speeding up, I don't have enough time to do multitasking as much. Like I'm forced to focus one thing at a time, it seems, you know. Even like I mentioned this in my previous videos, like there are times where like I'll be cleaning my whole room, I'll be cleaning I'll be cleaning my living area, and even by then the day's over. So it took me a whole day just to clean my room or my living area, and my living space is not even that big, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I live in a barracks, so it's like, you know, like, and even when I'm done, either the day's fully over or the day's halfway over. Even when I make YouTube videos, when I make YouTube videos, like 2 or 3 videos per day, like for a day, and by even when I'm done making like YouTube videos, the day's pretty much over, or like a couple hours already went by. I'm just like, what the hell, you know what I'm saying? Like even when I make lives, like the average live video I make is like an hour and a half, but it doesn't really feel like an hour and a half, you know. So it kind of sucks. So it's like, you know, you can't really hang out with your friends or with your family as much. Like, even if you're going out on a date, I feel like you still have to be in a rush, you know, because even back then I feel like dating was a lot more smoother. I could be wrong, because me, I don't date as much like that, or I don't even dates at all, because I don't have a car. But like I feel like back then, I feel like, I could be wrong, let me know in the comment section, but I feel like it'd be a lot more easier dating back then, because you're able to spend more time with your like other half. Like y'all could like go to, I don't know, go to like a movie, or go to arcades, do some bowling, get something to eat at a restaurant, hang out, have fun, drive around and stuff like that. But now time is speeding up, like, and obviously people would date during like the night time just so it could be more so it could be more romantic and stuff. But in this timeline, I feel like you can't really date around like that as much because you're always in a rush and shit, you know. But that could be a good thing. I don't know, but I don't know, man. I'm just speaking my mind. It's crazy, man. Like life does feel, it feels like a dream, man. Chauncey Wan, he mentioned this too. He mentioned that. He mentioned that like life, it feels like a dream. He also mentioned a lot of other stuff with time speeding up, but I just can't remember at the moment. But he mentioned way more stuff. Check out his channel. Like, I'm not saying everything, but like most stuff I mentioned in my YouTube videos is inspired by Chauncey Wan. Like he talks about this stuff on the information. Like he talks about this stuff, and when I make videos, I just talk about or make videos on how it's affecting my life on the things he's talking about, and how like I'm pretty much proof that like, yeah, this shit is happening, like time speeding up, fasting, like world corruption, the like the energies taking place, the astrological influences, the full moon cycles, stuff like that, where he talks about it. Like I'd be experiencing it, you know. And he mentioned it too, like all the things he mentioned, he's got to experience life, and you're gonna understand what he's talking about, you know. It's, you know, but yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. um yeah, so my advice, well, I'm gonna say my advice, but if you feel like you're going crazy, if you feel like you're always in a rush, just know that you're not alone. Like a lot of people are aware of this. Not just me. It's not just a select people. I feel like a lot of people are aware of this, but they just can't really understand why it's happening, or they can't grasp it. But it's funny too. Like you know, like me. I like seeing people's reactions. Like damn, the days went by are faster. Like I see it at my workplace, or like it's people who I'm with. Or like I'll talk about to other people. I'd be like, damn, the days going by fast today, huh? And like they agree, or like sometimes they'll get frustrated, especially at work. They're like, fuck, man, the day's almost over. Or like, damn, it's already lunchtime, or it's already like break time. Like, fuck, man, you know. But it's funny, it's crazy. But I just kind of feel bad for like people like families and stuff, man, because like God knows how it is, how it is managing a family, or like even being an adult in general. Like imagine having your own house, like bills you gotta pay, things you need to take care of. Even if you don't have a family, like you come back from your 9 to 5 work, because you know how people like after they're done with work, they usually do, usually do their hobby. So like they'll usually go to the gym. I see that happening. Like so, after people are done with working, sometimes they'll go straight to the gym, or like they'll go like I don't know, hiking, or like they'll spend some time doing things they like. And in this timeline we're in, I feel like it's hard to do that because the days go by extremely fast. Like me, like even I'll try to be even like I'll try to do that. Like after work, what I'll do, like I'll try to get something to eat, and then once I'm done eating, obviously I got to get settled in my room, because by the time I'm done with work, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. So I'm trying to get settled, relax a bit, get something to eat, maybe shower, put some clothes on, then I don't know, go to the gym and do something I like, and then do my college work. Back then, I could do that easily. A lot of people do that easily, but in this timeline, it seems damn near impossible to do that. It seems impossible to even get one thing done, you know, without being in a rush. So it's like, but I get it. I feel like there's a greater purpose on why time is speeding up. It's just the astrological influences based what I've learned from other channels, but I feel like it's an adjustment. I feel like this world is gonna change. I feel like this world is gonna make a huge adjustment. I feel like things are definitely gonna be a lot more different as years go by. And a lot of YouTubers and Chauncey Wan, they mentioned this as well. Like we're gonna have they mentioned, or Chauncey Wan, he mentioned that like we're gonna have a metaverse, like a lot of like there's gonna be a lot more AI and a lot more robotic shit taking place, like AI, a lot of technology, like is gonna be more in our lives and stuff on how we react and on how we do things. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even a lot more job loss because of AI and shit. And Chauncey, when he mentioned something like that, and after you mentioned that, now there's other YouTubers who are also mentioning that. Even in some news and stuff, they are mentioning about AI and like the metaverse and a lot of like technology and AI is going to take place since time is speeding up extremely fast. And so it's crazy how like when he mentions shit, then moments or like months later, this shit plays out, you know. But yeah, but without a doubt, I feel like we're gonna just. It's gonna be very interesting, without a doubt. Very interesting to see how people's reactions are gonna be, or like if people by then, like, let's say 5 years, 5 to 10 years from now, people more likely are gonna be aware time is speeding up. They're gonna be more spiritual, or like things gonna be a lot more different. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Maybe drastically or slowly, but like without a doubt, a lot of things are gonna change. I think our lifestyles are gonna be different too since time is speeding up, and like people, I feel like people are adjusting, or people are biologically changing, and like their lifestyles are changing without them even realizing it. So so I feel like it's gonna happen slowly. Just people aren't gonna recognize it as much, and even by then is like let's say we were to time travel and fast forward from here to like 10 years. I feel like we're gonna be so shocked because everything's gonna be so different. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I would. It sucks. I want to go more into detail, but like I said, I'm in a rush because I got things I got to get done. Unfortunately, and this time is speeding up. I'm not gonna underestimate that shit. But that's all I gotta say. And I will go more into detail about this. I feel like I love talking about time speeding up because it's such an interesting topic because it's very interesting. Like it's a very crazy thing we're experiencing right now. But because life is changing. But that's all I gotta say. And have a good one. And don't get too stressed out. Just know that you're not alone. Just know that like yes, time is speeding up. Try to find ways to adjust. Try to cut things that isn't serving you because if it's also easier to fall into bad addictions and bad habits, and I can see that playing out with my life. Chauncey, when he mentioned that as well, since time is speeding up, people like if you're into like bullshit or like addictions, you're going to be more into it. And since time is speeding up, it's like life or the universe telling you, hey, you need to get your shit together. And he mentioned also that like we're in a timeline where like we can't really fuck around like that. Like we're like the life is pretty much forcing us to get our shit together since time is speeding up with everyone. Everyone. He mentioned that. So make sure you check out his channel, give him a follow, or like subscribe to his channel because he talks about a lot of information like that. He put most of his videos on private, but like all the watch his lives. All the information he talks about, he's mentioned all those information in his lives. Check out his lives because he dishes out really good information. So check him out. But just know that you're not alone. Try to adjust. All the things that aren't good for you, try to cut it out. Try to cut out the addictions and all the things that's gonna help you in the long run and that you enjoy. Try to focus on that. You know what I'm saying? Like try to set more goals. I feel like since time is speeding up, this works for me. It's easier for me to set goals, long term, short term, and midterm. And whenever I'll focus on these goals, it's easier for me to be laser focused because when you set goals, you know what you want out of life, and it's gonna make life a lot more smoother. Especially since time is speeding up. I will make a video in the future on how to adjust and how to make your life better. Time is speeding up. I'm not gonna do it in this video, but I'll do it in my next one actually. So I'll definitely upload that because there are ways to make your life better since time is speeding up. Like you can set goals, and when you set goals throughout the day, you're gonna have more focus because since time is speeding up, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to focus on the things you need to get done. You know, and it's not gonna feel like work because it's gonna go by extremely fast. But since you're setting goals, it's like you have a sense of urgency or like what the things you need to get done, and by the time you're done completing those things, the day's over, and next thing you know, you're pretty much completing knocking out all of your goals and shit, and that builds over time, and you're gonna get more results, and that's how you become more successful, and that's how you build a better life for yourself. It's gonna get easier as you keep on doing it. But I feel like since time is speeding up, it's like a double-edged sword. So like, you can set goals, make your life a lot better. But if you fall into your addictions and your bad habits, if you're being lazy, and if you procrastinate a lot, it's gonna make shit a lot harder, because the days go by a lot faster than one day. Then next thing you know, 10 days pass or 5 days pass. Then the weeks go by, and then the months go by, and you know how people talk about it. It was like, oh, don't be lazy, or oh, don't procrastinate, because one day is gonna turn to 5 days, 5 days is gonna turn to weeks, weeks is gonna turn to months, months is gonna turn to years. You know what I'm saying? But that analogy is very fucking true, especially in this timeline. And I've experienced this as well. There are times where like I'll be in a bad rut, or like I'll be like in a bad space mentally, where like I just don't feel like doing shit. And even when I'm feeling sad and stuff, like I just want to not do anything. That's when it gets hard, because it's like I'm kind of forced to pick myself back up, because if I continue to be like doing bad habits, the days are gonna go by a lot more faster. You know what I'm saying? And then like fuck, you know what I'm saying? And even by then, now I gotta do a lot of catching up and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I know what it's like in both ends. I know what it's like to set goals and to complete all this shit, and me getting good results, and also me procrastinating and being lazy and focusing on the wrong things, and then creating bad habits. So like, I will make a video in the future on how to make your time better, time speeding up based on my own experiences. But I understand you don't have to believe or follow what I say, because this is my own opinion, it's my own perspective, it's my own life. So like, what it may work for me, it may not work for you. So obviously, it's always important to take what resonates with you and apply it to your life. Me, at the end of the day, I'm speaking my mind. So I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm just, hopefully my information can help someone out. But that's all I got to say. And have a good one, and just know that you're not alone, and there are ways to make your life better, time speeding up. So keep your head up, and you're not alone. Have a good one. Peace.